Imagine a world where the government doesn't take a cut of your earnings. No more tax returns, no more IRS audits, just pure unadulterated income. Sounds idyllic, right? But this seemingly utopian vision hides a potential nightmare. And let's find the answer to the question, what if? A tax-free world would drastically alter government funding. Essential services like national defense, education, and healthcare rely heavily on tax revenue. Without it, severe cuts would be inevitable, potentially compromising national security and public well-being. Alternative funding mechanisms such as user fees and privatization could emerge. However, user fees might create inequitable access to essential services, pricing out vulnerable populations. Privatization could lead to reduced quality and higher costs, while lotteries offer an unreliable and insufficient revenue stream. The absence of progressive taxation would likely exacerbate income inequality, further limiting access to crucial services for low-income individuals. This could lead to a society where the wealthy thrive while a significant portion of the population struggles, eroding social mobility. A tax-free world could trigger significant economic instability. Rampant inflation is a real possibility, as increased purchasing power wouldn't necessarily match increased production, potentially destabilizing global economies. Investment patterns would likely shift, with businesses potentially underinvesting in research and development or socially beneficial projects due to the absence of tax incentives. Furthermore, charitable giving might significantly decrease without tax deductions, impacting nonprofits heavily reliant on such donations. This economic upheaval could disproportionately affect vulnerable populations, exacerbating existing inequalities and potentially creating a new underclass lacking access to essential services. A tax-free society would likely see profound shifts in societal values. The emphasis on individual responsibility would increase dramatically. Retirement and healthcare would become entirely personal concerns, potentially leading to higher individual savings rates, but also greater financial insecurity for many. Without the social safety net provided by taxes, a significant underclass might emerge, struggling to access essential services previously guaranteed by the government. This could exacerbate existing inequalities and further divide society along socioeconomic lines, creating a system where access to healthcare, education, and other necessities becomes determined by personal wealth rather than need. The absence of a collective safety net could significantly alter social priorities, potentially shifting focus away from community well-being and towards individual gain, creating a more individualistic and potentially less cohesive society. A tax-free world would dramatically alter international relations. Global economic competition would intensify as nations vie for scarce resources and private investment, potentially leading to economic instability and exploitation of less developed countries. International cooperation on crucial issues like climate change or pandemics could suffer significantly due to the lack of a common funding mechanism facilitated by taxation. The absence of tax revenue might also strain national sovereignty, forcing nations to find alternative means of funding essential services and potentially leading to disputes over resources and influence. The very fabric of international treaties and agreements might unravel without the stable financial foundation provided by taxation. A tax-free world might accelerate technological advancement, fueled by private investment. However, this profit-driven innovation could prioritize lucrative ventures over crucial areas like public health or environmental sustainability. Imagine a scenario where research focuses solely on marketable products, neglecting vital scientific breakthroughs benefiting society as a whole. Furthermore, concentrated wealth in a tax-free system could foster technological monopolies, stifling competition and potentially hindering innovation in the long run. The lack of public funding for research could also lead to a significant slowdown in scientific progress in areas deemed less profitable but crucial for societal well-being. This imbalance could create a system where innovation serves the wealthy few rather than the broader public good. A tax-free world faces challenges in funding public services and maintaining economic stability, potentially leading to increased inequality and social disruption. In your opinion, what if the world no longer has taxes? Share your thoughts in the comments.